But I think you want to take advantage of Boar's skill at the end, you know what I mean? Oh wait! Look, he's ranged, what the fuck? That changes a lot of things, now we don't have to worry about him dying first. Changes a lot of things. I thought he was melee in the beginning, what the fuck? Hello everyone, so today, as you can see in the description, we are going to talk about Boar, highlighting mainly what he can do, potential, and possible combinations in the familiar arena. The reason why is because next week, if you know, there is going to be a new event, just like with the Toko episode. With Boar, it is possible to A10 him if you are active during that time. So I know a lot of you watching this video right now are wondering if you should get ahead of the curve, build Boar early so that you can use him before anybody else and dominate the arena. And you know what, in this video that is actually the question that we are trying to answer, so you came to the right place. Let's get to it. Boar's Anger, that is the skill of Boar. In my opinion, this is OP. But I'm getting ahead of myself, let's look at it. When an ally familiar falls, restore 5% of lost HP, attack plus 15%, defense plus 20, max HP plus 10. Alright, so this happens every time an ally familiar dies, basically. And it can happen 4 times. Because in a familiar arena, there's 5, so one of them would be Boar if you're using him, so basically has 4 teammates that can die. Alright, so this is, and just to point out, this Boar is has no awakening yet. Now, let's look at the A10 Boar. I don't have him, but I have a cheat sheet over here. Right, so don't look at the tabs, don't worry, there's no Pornhub over there, so we're safe. Alright, anyway, so at Awakening 10, heal self for 10%, attack 30%, boost defense 40%, max HP 20%, and then crowd control 10%. So basically, all of the stats that you're seeing here right now, if you're able to A10 your Boar, they will be doubled. Alright, and that is OP. Basically, when all of your teammates die, you get double your attack, you get to double your max HP, and triple your defense. So, in my opinion, very OP. Especially more devastating if you use him in a defensive lineup. And in that defensive lineup, your tactic is to run the time out. Right? Because basically, if you times 2 the HP, doing times 2 of the heals as well. So, in theory, if you use Toko and Boar together, and the two of them are the ones left in battle, right? So like in my case, Toko, so the almost 40% healing of Toko will be in the case of Boar. If you times 2 his HP, that will be basically 80%. Okay, so that is really good. The only concern would be if you are going against a Hippocampus and Suryu combo. So if you're not able to take out Suryu and Hippocampus during that time, that Boar is the one left on the field. And so if we're going to build a team centered around Boar, we have to deal with those weaknesses. But sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's look at how Boar first performs in battle. Alright, so here we are in the familiar adventure. Unfortunately, Ni no Kuni Crossworlds does not have the option for you to try out a lineup. Like for example, have a practice match against a friend in a familiar adventure. No, they do not have that. So the familiar adventure is the only way where we could try out a familiar to have an idea of what it does. Alright, so here we have Boar, and I have other trash familiars. I don't want to accidentally win. So this is the lineup I chose, and we chose to go against the Earth type so that Boar has the advantage. Thus, when he attacks, we will see the attack in yellow, right? So we can see like what is the difference whenever a familiar dies, like how much does it add from his attack, all right, or his damage. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's see. First hit of Boar would be 170. Against Shell Racer, alright, 170. Why is he sitting down? What the fuck was that? Did he get stunned? Alright, someone died. So there's a little bit of delay every time someone else die. Someone died, so he's gonna like have a little bit of delay, around 1 second to absorb HP, I think. The damage now is 439 from around 170, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's more than double. Although again, we're going against Earth types, so maybe that has something to do with that. But basically, the damage output was ×2 from the original one, so that is a good thing. And that is after all of the other familiar died, right? So one thing to note as well is that Sorbor apparently is a range type. So I don't know. That seems to be a perfect like range for someone like Sorbor who has that kind of skill, right? So you want other familiars to die first. So him being in the mid range at least, because from the beginning of it's not as far as the range of what do you call this? I mean, let's try it again. So yeah, so Sorbor had to walk a little bit before he attacks, so meaning his range is not as far as, like, for example, Hippocampus or a what do you call him, Suryu, right? So he has to get closer a little bit, so meaning his attacks are mid-range, kind of like Staghorn, right? But yeah, he is super tanky when everyone else dies, and so he could be used in a situation where you want to you know, just kill time, you know, delaying tactics. So you want that kind of range for Sorbor. He won't get, you know, accidentally killed if he goes to the front line. You want all the other familiar to die first so that he can really take advantage of his skill, which is what happened earlier. So I mean, that could be a good lineup in the future. Like, let's say you have your what do you call this, Hobgoblin to go to the back line and just like a sacrificial lamb to get Sorbor pumping in the beginning of the game. Plus, he does have like a 4-second stun to the strongest enemy, so that could be a good delay. And then you probably want to have a little bit of a nuke there, so maybe like a Dinosaurus as well, so that towards the end it's not gonna be 1-on-5, Sorbor being the only one left. He is tanky enough, obviously, going against Earth type, so usually Toko is the one who is left last. Some fire types could be left as well, something like a Shrimpaler. If you are going against my lineup, that is the case. But like, for example, if it's a Hippocampus and Suryu, that could be difficult, so maybe put a little bit of a Earth type in the front lines. I would say something like a Disbelief. Like, this is this is the lineup that I'm thinking. Disbelief, Petromaton, and then I'm thinking of another one. Maybe I could use this Hooray, you know, because Hooray also has that defense of ally familiar in range, so it's basically the same skill as Petromaton, but you only get half. But you know, I tried this one before. Petromaton skill and Hooray skill, they actually stack, so that is a lineup that I could use. So Disbelief, Petromaton, Hooray, and then of course Toko for healing. And then we have Sorbor in the end. Although this is hypothetical lineup, right? So I'm thinking this could work if you really want to build on Sorbor, especially if he goes to A10. This is definitely a viable lineup. So in that lineup, you have Toko as mid-range, Sorbor as mid-range, and then Disbelief, Petromaton, and Hooray would be in the front lines, or at least would be attacking in the front lines because they are melee types, right? So they will go right in front of the battlefield. What I would do here is I'll put Toko in front, right? So let's go to the familiar arena just so you know what I'm talking about here. All right, the lineup would be, this is for defense, by the way. So for defense, all right, what I'm thinking right now, my lineup would be Petromaton and then Hooray. Right, this is for defense, so you just want to take some time off the clock, and with Hooray and Petromaton skill able to stack, it could take a long time for them to be killed, especially when you put someone like Disbelief on the lineup and you also have Toko. And then as finishing touch, you will have this guy, Boar. Right, so you could put Toko in front, right, so that in the end Boar is the one who is left, right, and then have all that juicy buffs that he will have. But we want to take advantage of Toko's healing with a buffed up Boar. So like if all the other three are dead, Boar's life will be 60% more, and thus Toko's healing will be also 60% more to Boar. So we want to take advantage of that. So this is the lineup that I'm thinking. Again, this is for defense, so just keep that in mind. For offense, I'm not sure. I don't think Boar is that viable in an offense type of situation. I think for defense, I feel confident in using him, but for offense, I don't think he has that enough burst in order for you to really make use of him. Like you can insert him to a lineup with a burst type, like for example Hippocampus and like a Staghorn. But in that kind of situation, with so many Tokos in the arena, when you nuke, you want to kill the familiars right away so that they don't get the chance to heal. With Boar in your lineup, you're basically removing one potential nuker or crowd control familiar, and then that gives a chance where the opponent or like an opposing familiar will be able to heal instead of dying before you can actually set up. So I think in terms of attack, Boar is not that good, but definitely good if you are using a defense type of lineup. Of course, I'm gonna try him out again once I get him to A10, so maybe my opinions will change. But for now, with the limited information that we know, my opinion is that Boar would be amazing in a defensive lineup. For offensive, let's say it's to be discussed. Okay, that's it. So that is Boar. Final question, would I use mats in order to upgrade Boar? Yes, definitely. Not only is he good in a defensive type of lineup, there is a possibility, again, that he could be good in an attacking type situation. Although I have yet to find the proper lineup for that. I haven't thought of it yet, but maybe in the future it's possible that he is. But he is super good in a defensive lineup that I will definitely use mats in order to upgrade him. 300 jellies? Yeah, I think. And also, if you're a free-to-play player, then Boar would be one of your strongest ones since you can A10 him. So that is a good option. If you're a whale, then you probably will have other options. But if you're a free-to-play player, definitely Boar is a good candidate to max out. Alright, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you gained enough information for you to decide on what to do with your Boar. Right, if you have some questions, then just comment down below. And then subscribing again is optional. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do, then thank you very much. My channel is a free zone. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.